Hello friends, welcome to a new video. We're in a new space. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that later because it's relevant. But we are doing another fabric mart video and I am so excited. This is a project I've been contemplating for about 5 years when I did my initial step toes in the water for 14th century clothing, and now we are exploring it further. So if you missed the last introductory kind of video when I'm going over like the plan and the details and the things that I want to do, go ahead and check that one out. It's honestly just an ADHD ramble, but that's beside the point. For this video, we are going to be making the purple underdress, and I am so excited, even if this didn't go exactly as planned. But when do my projects ever go exactly as planned? Like, let's be honest here. Let's be realistic. We gotta set proper expectations. Without any further ado, I guess let's jump into the patterning. So I will be honest, nothing is terribly exciting about the patterning for this project. I am using the Research Dumping Ground 90% there bodice base and making a few adjustments that I wanted for my personal project. This is not the first time I've used this bodice pattern. 10 out of 10, highly recommend it. If you are familiar with the Bara system as well as basic pattern construction, this is a great way to get garments patterned and made so that way you can like fit a mock-up on your body. So I have been like hyper focused and patterning for 8 hours now. I was really worried that 5 yards would not be enough to get the underdress and the hood, which we know from like my virtual mock-up that that's what I wanted, and I think I just got it. I'm gonna hate myself when I get to the embroidery, but for now I'm excited. Okay. Because I knew that I had limited fashion fabric and the general construction of this dress, I wanted to make a mock-up. Oh, gasp, I know, unheard of for me, but it was actually pretty invaluable because it allowed me to remember that proper placement of gores is very important, and you always need to put them about 4 inches higher than you expect. Like, you can visually see the one on the left where everything just seems so much tighter around my hips, where things look like they lay nicer on the right, and that was really the most important thing that came from doing that mock-up. So last night I got everything cut out. I didn't film any of that process because it was like midnight and I couldn't sleep and I was rather just get stuff done. For this project, because of what I'm making it for, I need to hand finish all of the seams. It's part of the reason I'm so stressed about getting this done on time. But I figured they're just long seams. I can do this. I kind of pinned everything together, so I think I'm gonna start heating up the iron, which then just means I can sit on my couch the rest of the day, watch movies, and fill these seams. Yeah, that's my plan. I got the majority of the dress sewn, and so now it's like the technical bit with the sleeves, and I am not too excited about that one. But that's the dress. It looks so nice. Because this is such a lightweight linen, I am going to need to line it, which is why I didn't bother finishing this bit, top portion, because that's going to be covered by a lining. But you can see where I put the gores in, where it's not going to be lined. It is such a pretty finish. Look at that. And then this is what it looks like on the right side. So I'm basically going to have to repeat the entire construction process on the sleeves. I'm going to be putting a vent on the sleeves, which means that I also need to make buttons, but my friend's coming over for a movie night on Tuesday, so I figured button making can happen then. That's kind of my goal. I want to get the majority of the construction bits, assembly bits done today. One sleeve done, and I'll throw up some pictures of me trying it on to make sure that it went around my elbow nice. I got to the point where I am doing the second one and my brain has completely forgotten the process of doing this. I've been doing this for hours. I've been at this for hours. Like, I don't even remember when I started this morning, but I bet I could look it up because I think I texted a friend anyway. Okay, hello friends. A lot has been going on since the last time I talked to you. Primarily, I have moved into a larger space, which means that I now have a studio again. So like, welcome to the new studio. But this also means that I didn't have a good place to film. So here's the dress. I didn't film much, if anything, after this point. But let me run you through what has happened, and then we're going to go through what will happen. It's done enough to show you, but I'm going to want to make some alterations and changes in the future. As you can see, I put in a white lining. This is just to give the body more structure. Linen is one of those fabrics that tends to relax a lot when you wear it because it warms up to your body heat. I knew one layer would not be sufficient for the self-supportive bodice that I wanted, but 2 layers would, and I've done this before in other projects, so I knew like the weight and the feel that I was going for the support of this bodice. Also, because I put the lining in, it gave me a really good way to finish the arm size as well as the neckline of the dress, even though I did finish them differently, but that's for different reasons. Originally, when I was trying to finish the neckline, I thought, oh, give the neckline a little bit more support and structure. We will use the twill tape that I was planning on using to reinforce the eyelets to also finish the neckline. Quickly realized that I didn't like the gaping that was involved, mostly due to the twill tape did not have the same stretch as a bias tape would, and I didn't expect that. So I took that out and I ended up finishing the neckline with just a small 1/4 inch double fold hem, and I think that turned out beautifully. Like I mentioned, that twill tape that I was using for the neckline was predominantly to give structure and support to the center front of the dress. I knew it would be a high stress area and I wanted it to be able to last. You also need a little bit of structure and support anywhere that you're going to be putting eyelets if you don't want them to completely collapse on you, which was another reason how come I added the twill tape. It's just a little bit thicker, a little bit more structure to that part. But I think that catches us up onto where the dress is now. Currently, the only things that are not finished that I wanted to get done, but it just didn't happen, was this dress has no hem on it. And then for the button placket, I wanted to get like the buttons and buttonholes in, but I ended up just sewing that closed. Button placket was for time. It was a stretch goal if I got everything done. But the reason how come it doesn't have a hem on it is because of the fit issues. So you can see that when I am wearing the dress, it actually has a really good drape on the center front, and that's because technically it doesn't need more fullness there. When you look at my general body shape, I do have a small belly, but that is like all of the fullness that I have in the front, and that was accounted for in like the first 2 to 3 inches of the front gore. Whereas you look at the sides and you're like, yes, definitely no gathering, no bunching, laying very nicely over the hips. The back is where we get to the problems. And to be fair, this is where I have 90% of my fit issues with 100% of my clothing. Because of my body shape, which is mainly due to my sway back, my rear end, my bottom, my whatever you want to call it, just it sticks out, and proportionally wise it is it's a nuisance. It's why I don't wear pants anymore. But as you can see, it causes quite a large ripple in the back, where if this was a modern garment, I would just take that out of the top of the bodice, but because the bodice to skirt is all one piece, it's not possible. So the easiest way to fix this is going to be to take apart the center back seam and then to add an equal size gore to the one that is already there. That should give me plenty of fullness to go over the curves correctly and accurately, and I'm hoping that it will be enough to provide what I need to smooth out the back of this dress. Other than that particular fit issue with the rippling in the back, I am in love with this dress. I love how self-supportive it is. I love how it makes my chest look really good. I love how fitted the sleeves are, but I can still have the movement and maneuverability that I need for that. And overall, it is just like, it is fantastic. Like 10 out of 10 will do again. And I'm going to do it again because the next project is going to be an overdress.